At the John Day Major Ed Foundation, we also focus on making sure that we partner up with great organizations. Great organizations like St. Jude's, great organizations like the Boys and Girls Club, our friends at Warriors for Freedom, our friends at Force 50 Foundation, which provides veterans the health care that they need. As you can see, we are the safety net at the John Daly Major Ed Foundation to make sure that no one gets left behind on the field of battle and that you're taken care of in the home front. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Hoorah!
Look what I just ordered. This trip is going to be great.
Bring enjoyment back to your game with golfknickers.com. Traditional golf knickers in bold colors and plaids, all with same-day shipping. Over 100 different socks and matching sweaters. Perfect for corporate outings, weddings, and special events.
Thanks, golfknickers.com, for making our tournament such a success.
Make your experience memorable.
Best time ever.
Call today for a free catalog.
Welcome back to Big's Golf Talk right here on Native Family Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all your Amazon devices, including YouTube TV with BGT-TV. Make sure you subscribe with us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Big John Quick along with the Golf Father, Bill Cuevas, as we kick off our number 2 on the back 9 here on Big's Golf Talk. This segment is sponsored by golfknickers.com. They are the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Check them out because they have knickers for the ladies, the men's, and the kids as well. So Bill, the Golf Father, Cuevas, and I will be in Oklahoma City for the Major Ed Invitational. Bill, you and I will be in golf knickers.
We will. Thanks for telling me. I appreciate that.
No problem.
I had no
idea.
Every
event, baby. Every event.
Okay, I'll be rocking my golf knickers. I'm glad. Which ones you wearing? Because now I know.
I have no idea yet.
Okay, we gotta communicate, bro.
Yes,
it's a bad relationship without communication. It's just saying, man, gotta communicate. So yeah, now I'm looking forward to Oklahoma. I'm looking forward to seeing Major Ed again. Robert from Squares is going to be out there as well, and a whole bunch of other folks that we haven't seen in about 2 years. So I'm looking forward to coming back.
Bill, the Golf Father Cuevas, Big's Golf Talk, BGT-TV, has always had a special place in our heart for charitable organizations, no matter if it's the Major Ed, John Daly Foundation, Heart of a Lion, or if it's Folds of Honor or Lexium Heart Foundation. But we have always, especially when it comes to our veterans, have had a special place in our heart. We feel it's our duty. It's at the least that we can do to show our patriotism and our thanks for our freedom. And certainly other organizations that feel the same way, and we're about to introduce one of those organizations, Bill.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I saw it on social media and I was surprised. It was actually like destiny. Every time I turned around, it was like, be this, do this. This got all day long, like 4 or 5 different times. Battlin Betties. I'm like, okay, I call you up. I was like, dude, we got to get them on the show. It's like it's destiny. It was perfect. I think what they're doing is great, and I'm looking forward to talking to our next guest.
Our next guest, Battlin Betties, their mission is to honor and serve their nation's military, veterans, first responders, and their families by supporting and creating unique programs and events that will inspire our nation, foster patriotism, and raise awareness of post-traumatic stress and suicide prevention. By dressing in 1940s and 1950s fashion, they aspire to bring back patriotism to our country fostered during that era. They're more than just a pretty face. They are hardworking spouses, veterans, first responders, caregivers, and patriots with a passion to see our nation's heroes are always honored and remembered. Bill the Golf Father Cuevas, we want to introduce the leader, the troop leader for
Platoon
leader.
leader.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the Oklahoma chapter for Battlin Betties, and that is Megan Fox is joining us here on Biggs Golf Talk. Megan, welcome in to Biggs Golf Talk, and I'll tell you what, I was able to see some of the programs, and you guys have a very extensive resource center within your website to help in every aspect, no matter if it's financial, no matter if it's a female veteran, no matter if it's an introduction back into civilian life. I mean, the resources go on and on. Talk about how, let's start from the beginning, the history. Why did Battlin Betties come about?
So the Battlin Betties,
You're fine.
where
Come on. You're good.
it started because many of the wives and veterans themselves are very passionate about taking care of our nation's heroes, and we wanted to go out and give back to the community. You don't always know how to do that or the right place in which you can help them feel appreciated. So it's nice to get out there and give back where we can.
I'll tell you what, the photos, as a matter of fact, I think our producer has, I really like your logo. This logo is just red, white, and blue, and there's no doubt about the patriotism behind that logo.
I love their site. I actually spent a lot. We talked about it the other day when we were communicating, looking at the site at the same exact time. That, I mean, what they were doing, standing on the airplanes, wherever the old car shows, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's beautiful. I love that. I love what they're doing. You felt the same way I did when we were looking at it and researching it, looking at YouTube, seeing the videos. They're doing blood drives. They're feeding people. I mean, it's amazing. There you go. That was just recently posted. So they're doing a lot of great work, for first responders and the military. And what a lot of people don't understand, they need help. Some of them don't have homes. Some of them are homeless. Some of them have the PTSD. There's a whole plethora of things that can go wrong. And you're one of the very few sites. And we do a lot of military. Your site has to be the most informational that we've seen, that we've ever come across when it comes to being able to help people, where to go. And we've talked about it several times with others about increasing the awareness of where to go, because it falls short. When you have a problem, what's the least thing you want to do? If you're homeless, you can't go online and start researching this, researching that. But being able to get that kind of information out, here, this is what you do. You just took a whole lot of stress away from somebody.
Absolutely. It's not necessarily always about what you can do for somebody. It might more than not be who you can connect them with, what resources you can help them find. Our veterans, our heroes, they deserve the best care possible. And I'm very happy to hear that our website does have an extensive resource list on our national page at battlinbetties.org. The Oklahoma platoon, and along with the other 19 platoons that are out there, we do take our resource booth out to just different various veteran-related events and see who we can help, what we can connect them with, how we can help build that community and make it stronger. And it's just been a blast ever since we started.
Bill, I'm on the website right now, Bill, the Godfather Cuevas. They have resources for PTSD, and I'm talking 20 different links that people can actually access for PTSD alone. Support for suicide victims. You know how we always want to talk about bringing that number 22 down, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
They have at least 10 links on there for support for suicide victims. Women's veterans, another 10, 12 links up there for women's
how many
veterans.
places have we seen that have gender specific?
Yeah,
I've never seen, and we do a lot of charity. We do as much promoting as we can. I've never seen anyone that's had a dedication just to women.
I mean, they have at least 25 links alone for caregivers and family support.
Yeah.
I mean, our VA system is, I'm sorry, but it's a broken system in some way of support and everything else.
Absolutely.
And you just don't see this kind of reach and this kind of resource that, our own government is providing. And here we have a website from Battlin Betties, peer support and education, retreats and therapies for veterans, at least 50 links on there. Financial and needs assistance, another 50 links. Veteran service organizations and different VFW, American Legion, AMVENS, DAV. I mean, different. I mean, this has to be the most extensive of resources that we have been a part of. And we have been a part of several different veteran organizations. And I got to tell you, Megan, this is just impressive. And folks, again, that website is battlinbetties.org. And they have anything, like I said, from financial to emotional support to, introduce you to jobs and things like that. That's located on that website. Megan, let me come to you with your next question I have for you. What's your personal story about becoming a Battlin Betty?
Well, I used to be married to a Navy fella. So as a spouse of a veteran, it was heavy on my heart to help out where we could. Also, pinup is just a lifestyle that I've always been drawn to. And a lot of the volunteers do really love that vintage style, and it goes hand in hand. So I got into the pinup community here in Oklahoma. I didn't exactly find what I was looking for. I was very passionate, and I was excited to show up and give back. And, so we put together something new, and it has just grown and taken off in the past year and a half that we've been up and running. We do have our national 501c3, so it is a nonprofit. You can find all of the local Oklahoma shenanigans on our Facebook page, Battlin Betties.
I gotta ask the tough question, Biggs. I've seen everything on the page. I went to YouTube, everything. There's only one thing that I haven't found, and I gotta know if it's coming. When's the golf tournament? When's the Battlin Betties Oklahoma Golf Invitational? That's what we got to know. That's what we got to find out. I can envision the whole thing. And the mere fact that you guys you have your 501c stuff, that brings it to even a better level. Now you're going to have a lot more sponsors. You're going to make a lot more money. You're going to be able to have your girls, which are all classy. You tell guys, there's going to be lots of pinups on every hole. You could have those girls out there doing that. You can do, like I saw one video, the Marines versus the Coast Guards versus the Space Force versus Air Force, doing it all to see who's going to. You're going to capture all the audiences. You're going to make a lot of money, and then you're going to, of course, it's my idea. You won't give me credit for it, but I'm pretty sure we could work on that. I think it'd be perfect. I mean, that's the only thing that I don't see you guys have yet is a golf tournament. And don't sell yourself short. You can make a lot of money doing that stuff.
Yeah, our Battle of the Branches jars are always fun. We take them out to the resource when we set up our resource booth. And it's just a fun way for the community to kind of give back, to help support the programs that we're trying to do. Like currently we're fundraising for blessings bags, which I've got a volunteer that puts together big gallon Ziploc bags of like hats and chapstick and mittens and things that we can give to our homeless veterans. And then I want to say the year right before Battlin Betties kicked off here in Oklahoma, there were a few pinups that had gone out and partnered with Warriors for Freedom at a golf challenge that they had done here. And that was just one of the funnest events ever. I'd never been to a golf tournament, so I didn't know what to expect. And they stuck me out there with a lawn chair and a shade tent and some Old Glory energy drinks.
Oh, there you go.
Really fancy golf bag, And
did you meet Brett Dick? Brett Dick is the guy that does Warriors for Freedom. Major Ed is part of that. There's a few of the guys. Before they even started, when they were in the beginning of the stages, that was Mr. Edward Polito's little baby that he did, because he wanted to get the guys from their houses to the golf course. Absolutely. Get them fit for clubs, have the therapeutic. Golf does wonders for people. You know what I mean? You can go out there and you could have the lousiest life in the world. Golf will fix you. 4 hours walking around nature and the beauty. it works. You know, it helps us all the time, man. You know, I tell everybody, he knows it's in my bio. Golf saved my life. You know, when I found golf, it went from being depressed to just being like, you know what, I got something to look forward to. I'm going to go out there and there's just think about nothing. Just have fun, you know, all the stress is gone.
It's you in the golf course. You're not really competing against somebody, but you're just trying to improve your score each time and your personal best each time you're on the golf course. As you could see on BGT-TV in the background of Battlin Betties of Megan Fox studio here in Oklahoma, but it seems to me that this pinup, it's a lifestyle for you. It's just not a character, but it seems like with the vanity in the background and the pillows in the background, this pinup is a lifestyle for you. Is that accurate?
It is. Once you learn how to do victory rolls, and they're so easy, and you're just, I don't know, that's just what I do with my hair these days.
I call them cinnamon rolls. I saw those things. I call them cinnamon rolls because I didn't know what it was, and you had two tones in your head. So in your hair. So when I first saw it, I was like, look, it's a cinnamon roll on the head. And that's the old style. I like the old style. I told him, we both were together. We were having a blast because it's so classy. You know what I mean? You tell people pin up and people are thinking like seduction and this and that. It's classy.
I was just going to bring that up because obviously we have seen the pictures of some of these Battlin Betties, and you know, and they have their own beauty in their own way, but not necessarily, you know, maybe wearing a two-piece bikini out there that's going to show off their body and all that stuff. A lot of people don't want that, you know. But what Battlin Betties does and how they dress and how they present themselves, it is a form of seduction, and it is something that people can look at and say, you know, that's classy, you know, and we could appreciate that classiness. So my next question for you, Megan, women that are interested in becoming a pinup or becoming a Battlin Betties, what's the best process? What is the best way for them to do so?
So I'm going to track back just a little bit before I jump into that. But with pinup being a lifestyle, so every pinup is different. The one thing that they do all have in common, they generally all have a pinup name or a pinup persona. And so some people will, you know, dive into that and have that as, you know, their whole aura. Other people, it's just kind of there to keep your name safe in the public eye and things like that. My pinup name being Miss Darlin Sunshine.
That's awesome.
That smile, absolutely. I can imagine that being your nickname.
Appreciate that. So yeah, there's all varying degrees of pinups. Some only wear real vintage clothing that they get from hand-me-downs and shops and stuff. A lot of other girls are, you know, Amazon reproductions, and that's okay. What I find amazing about the Battlin Betties especially is that it brings together girls from all walks of life. We've got different sizes, shapes, and colors and religions and anything that you can think of, but they all volunteer. And that's where the passion is being able to give back. And if you have a Star-Spangled Heart and volunteer work is right up your alley and going out and causing shenanigans, then you apply on the national page at battlinbetties.org and drop me a line and let me know that you applied, and we'll get your app forwarded over and get you an interview set.
You know what we got to do? Because everything you just described Bill the Godfather Cuevas. We got to get him into a pinup outfit.
Bill, would you like to be a Dapper Dan?
I'll do it for charity. I wore a skirt for charity. Okay, I wore a dress, so I got no problem. If it's for charity and it helps people, I'm in.
The things we do for our nonprofits, I'll tell you what, they're trying to stick me in a dunk tank later this year.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Not sure how I feel about that.
That's not going to do that hair too well, is it?
No, but you gotta find one of those vintage caps.
Yes,
that they put on the head. Yeah, the ones that like super tight to the head.
Swimsuits from back in the day. Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool. that would fit everything. Now you got a mission. You got to find. You got to do it.
I'll look. See what I can do.
Do you see that face, Biggs? That was the look like, yeah, look.
No, nobody's going to throw a ball at me and dunk me in. She's like, I don't know.
It's don't forget, it's about charity. And you have to let us know when it's at, where it's at, so we can make sure we talk about it, so we can get all our peeps from Oklahoma to go throw balls at you.
I will absolutely let you know. It is at next year's Cushing Fly-In Fair, the one that just happened with all the airplanes.
Oh, nice. Oh, I love those pictures, man.
Yeah, those are great pictures.
Those were awesome. Now, do you guys do calendars? I was looking, but I don't know if you did. I think that'd be a great way for charity, man. I think it would be beautiful.
We don't just yet. It is something that we have discussed in the past and something that we hope to do in the future. Mm-hmm. Finding a sponsor to put together the calendars would be awesome. It's something that we're just working towards.
Yeah, because you already have all the girls. Maybe you could have like a chapter, fight off a fighter pilot kind of thing or whatever, and everybody represents, because you got 19 chapters now. So the only 12 months you could have them battle for those calendar spots. That would be cool. I think that's a great idea. We got to look and find out. I know somebody made a calendar. We're going to find out. We'll see if we can find somebody that does calendars and how they do it. Because even if you sold them, like at your events, $15, $20 a piece, people knowing that the charity's going and they have their favorite, have somebody sign it, I think that would be awesome. That's a lot of potential.
That would be amazing.
Yep. Sign me up. Give me a calendar. I'll buy the very first one.
I'll buy the very second one.
Okay.
The third and fourth and five.
You got the first couple.
Christmas stockings.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. You got to give somebody different and classy. You give somebody different and classy, people are gonna love you. So and it's all about charity. That's why people will do it. People will do it for charity.
Well, the other option too is buying, like having posters made of the ladies.
That's another thing.
And
you know what I mean? Because I've seen some really nice. I'm telling you. I don't know if you guys understand, but from our perspective, we were like, wow, that is awesome. You know what I mean? It's like going back into history, but it's so classy, man.
I'll tell you a quick story. So yesterday I was at the Ronald McDonald Golf Classic here in New Mexico, and I ran into a gentleman. He's a master gunnery sergeant from the Marines, retired, 80 years old. And this guy has a Spitfire to him like no other. I mean, he is like, this cutie comes by. Hey, baby. He was like, I was loving it. I was like, this dude, I want to party with this guy, It
has to be nostalgic for them, too. If you get an 80-year-old veteran and he starts seeing the girls dressed the way they are from the 40s and 50s, that has to bring back some great memories for them.
Well, great memories, and not only that, but if they have a poster, it brings back the good old days of them having a poster of a pinup on in their Foot Locker or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know we're out of time here, but Megan, one more time, how can people find out more information about Battlin Betties?
On the national site at battlinbetties.org. You can find us on Facebook at Battlin Betties OK. You can find me at Miss Darlin Sunshine on Facebook or Instagram. And I'd love to give y'all more information.
Miss Darlin Sunshine.
Miss Darlin Sunshine, just hang tight. We want to say goodbye to you off the air, but we certainly appreciate your time here on the air with us on Biggs Golf Talk. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me out.
Bill the Godfather Cuevas, let me tell you something.
Fast. That thing went fast.
It did. Mm-hmm. The Battlin Betties are a group of dedicated ladies who serve our nation's military, veterans, first responders, and their families within each platoon's community. The mission of their organization is to honor and serve their nation's military, veterans, first responders, and their families by supporting and creating unique programs for everyone. We want to thank you for listening to this segment and more Biggs Golf Talk coming your way right after this. We'll be right back.